Well, good evening, everybody. Once again, it's Sunday evening, the 6th of something, February. Mark this morning got his dates all messed up, and but there we go. We can forgive him that. Let's turn this phone down because I'm coming through. Since we were here last week, or I was here last week, you remember the computer wanted to sort of update itself. I didn't let it do that, and I let it update itself afterwards, and it's caused me all sort of manner of bits and pieces. It would appear as well that my trusty machine which I use for doing the streaming is not quite coping, and I don't know what's happened. So hopefully you'll get something happening. It looks like the streaming is happening okay there. It doesn't appear to be happening here, but so I'm going to start out tonight with Fight the Good Fight, 490 in the Methodist hymn book, 710 in Hymns and Psalms, and this was a request from John Summers. John Summers, you may remember I told you he was, let's shut that down because that doesn't need to be running, is one of our folks at church, and he fell over at Christmas and has a wedge fracture in his spine. So I've seen him a couple of times, but he's been in a lot of pain. So John asked for this hymn, and so I'm more than happy to play it for him. Sorry, slight technical glitch. Aha. So my apologies for the slight technical hitch. I haven't quite got everything back like I wanted it. When I updated the computer, then there was another version of the Houtwerk program I use, which does all the organ playing, and I lost a load of settings. I don't know why, and I'm still sort of getting them all back in. So the rest of the hymns this evening, so hence why one or two things aren't working like I'm expecting them to. I don't really know why, but they're not. That's not working. It is working. Anyway, I vow to thee, my country. So with the day being the day when Princess Elizabeth became the Queen on the death of her father, I've sort of chosen hymns for the sort of time that we're at. I know we're going to be celebrating in June, but I thought I would mark today with playing some of the hymns, mainly from the old book, because there is that national and social life, citizenship and service section, and I've said about that, and I thought, right, let's go with this. I vow to thee, my country, all earthly things above. 900 in MHB. Words by Cecil Spring Rice. You can't see here what's happened, I know how much you... Where's that one coming from? Let's just... You can't see what's happened. Wait a minute, let's find the right camera. Can't see what's happened here. You saw me turn around. I wondered what was going on. Now this will probably mess everything up. Sebastian, look at the state of my untidy house, has plonked himself on one of the organ speakers. And I wondered what on earth was going on. Sebastian! I wonder what on earth was going on. You're not meant to see the house as something to do with creative people or laziness, one of the two. So there was something that had happened, and it was the cat. So he's perched on a hymn book. Very religious. Not really at all. Father who on man dost shower, 894 from the same section. Quem Pastore is a German traditional melody. camera back in the right place after the cat episode. And he's looking at how on earth he's sitting on a speaker which puts out a tremendous amount of sound. Wait, it's Sebastian, isn't it? How he's managing to sit there on that speaker, making all racket, I don't know. Such are the cats. Right. I'm sure it does always cause a lot of amusement, doesn't it, when the cat walks over. In fact, earlier this evening, he walked across the pedal board. I didn't have chance enough to record what he played, but it was a bit of a horrendous racket. Judge Eternal, throned in splendour, Rudland, Lord of Lords and King of Kings, a Welsh traditional melody. Words by Henry Scott Holland. Let's do a few updates on folks that have been poorly or are recovering. Jonathan Keane, if you look on Facebook and look for Jonathan Keane, then he is at home and is making good progress. Mike Diamond, who had over 9 hours of surgery, had some really good news this week to say that he won't need any further intervention as far as any further treatment, chemotherapy or radiotherapy goes, so that is very good. John Summers, I've mentioned, he's moving on, and Adrian Richards, the middle brother of the three Richards brothers, although there were and are, there were quite a lot of Richards brothers, but Giles, Adrian and Anthony. Adrian is coming home tomorrow, possibly a little bit quicker than they were anticipating, and a slight change of plan. Whilst Adrian's been away. Giles and Anthony have redecorated his bedroom for him. So, I don't suppose you'll get to hear this, but he'll soon know when he arrives home. So I think they've had to get a bit of a move on to get things done, but they've done it. So Adrian should be home tomorrow. As with any good farmer, he's wanted to keep an eye on his livestock, and James Malabar, who has taken on. I used to teach James at school. Some time back, James has been helping out, and I know that the family are really grateful for what he's done and what he will continue to do. Giles did the milking yesterday morning. Giles can turn his hand from so many things, and then James, somebody else, Gary, was doing the milking today. So there we are. So keeping Adrian down, I think, will be, you want to get out and be with the cows and things again, but that's going to take a little while, I think, but it's been good news all round. I expect I'll think of something else in a minute, but there we go. Right. Oh God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come. The tune's St. Anne, and this section in the Old Methodist hymn book is entitled Queen and Nation. So here we go. And so to our last hymn. Well, hymn, national anthem. God save our gracious Queen. Bless her. She's done so well and kept us together and wears her faith on her sleeve. Great example indeed. So, if I had been a little more organised, I would have played you the Gordon Jacob fanfare which goes with this, but I'd forgotten. Anyway, when June comes and the celebrations are, perhaps dig it out for them. So, God save our gracious Queen. Don't feel obliged to stand up. Doesn't this Hereford organ sound absolutely glorious? Well, it does where I am. I'm safe to say the cat has vacated the speaker. It's got enough sense. So, something a bit different to conclude with this evening. I played this at chapel this morning. I was delighted to have this suggestion on Wednesday from Jean Robinson, and Jean said, wouldn't it be it'd be lovely to have I Was Glad played on the organ. So I'm always up for a challenge, and so I discovered that there was an organ arrangement done by Aubrey Tucker, and it works really quite well, I think. Well, make your mind up. It's not the same as having a choir, that's for certain, but there we go. The organ, king of instruments, one-man band. When I finished playing this this morning at TMC, I said to the choir, right, around the weekend of the 4th of June, should we put it on the list? Or we'll put it on the list, so you never know, we might do it for real. Anyway, I was glad, the words from Psalm 122, I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. Well, there we are. I hope you enjoyed that. Something new. So take care, and I will wish you good night, and keep doing what you've been doing, and I shall be back here next Sunday, hopefully tweaking things and making sure that we're all tickety-boo. Good night, God bless, take care.